And my name is Wally. I'm the owner of Emile's Fruit and Vegetable in Balmain. This is my business.
Buying a peach or a nectarine, what you need to do is don't look at how red it is, don't look at how big it is. You need to look at the colour within the green. If you can see the green in this top one, that's still fairly green, whereas in the bottom one the green's gone yellow. And we call that ground colour. And that's maturity. Once the green goes to yellow, it's mature.
If they got like a dinner party or going to impress someone, they'll definitely come out knowing the produce is heaps better.
Is picked by the wrong person, and they grab hold of it and squeeze it to pull it off the tree. There will be 5 finger marks on that fruit within a day.
Yep.
Right? It is really hard to pick. The rock hard supermarket fruit, like that one, you can virtually bounce it and nothing happens.
Yep.
Look at the difference. Okay?
Yep.
So for me to pick that, it requires a lot of skill, a lot of effort, a lot of diligence. It's a lot of cost.
Yep.
I can get a trained monkey. I won't use that term because my people aren't monkeys, but I could theoretically get a trained monkey to pick that, but not that, because, and I can't get anything out of that bar a drop compared to that. So for me to provide that fruit to a retailer or ultimately to a customer requires a lot of effort, a lot of diligence on my part.
We've got so much different varieties. It all started from the farmers market to give our customers the opportunity to buy all the different things that they need from us. So whatever we could incorporate to our crops that we normally grew, like a bit of celery in the spinach crop, it's not too much different to grow. All the fancy lettuce in the lettuce, the collies in the broccoli within the cabbage crop, the kale in the cabbage crop. So we're doing that to give our customers a lot more variety in what they can buy off us.
It also makes us at the farmers market more viable. The more products we have, hopefully the more money at the end of the day. So yes, we'll also incorporate rocket planting. We do seasonal corn and pumpkin. We are yet to start the pumpkin. Pumpkin is a summer crop, and we're looking at putting in several varieties this summer. So our consumers at the markets can come and they can get everything from their pumpkin through to their lettuce for the week.
Where's it from? That's the first question. Where's it from? Like, is it from here? Is it from overseas? It's when did it come in? So if I know where it's coming from, me personally, I can actually give them the right answer. Not saying I picked it up in the market, but who knows when it was picked or when it was.
My customers at the farmers markets prefer this fruit because it's bite size, snack size, and just look at this. Look at the juice. Now that's better than any mango and tastes yummy too.
A lot of old school here, so they like to be the old Balmain they call it, so very like to know who they're dealing with, what they're dealing with, and there's no bull crap in it, and we get someone else, they try to sugarcoat it. If it's not good, you tell them straight out, don't go for this, this is better.
When we harvest lettuce, it's all done manually. We cut it from the base, it's then turned over, and we clean the bud up just to make it a little bit more presentable. Obviously this isn't the best lettuce in the paddock because, as I said, we've finished with this patch now. This will all get ploughed in and the ground will be left to rest again until the next plantings. The ground's rested for roughly how long?
Depends on the time of the year, sometimes 6 months.
So yes, the plough's about to go through here, and then we'll need to wait a little bit longer before we start the next shift here.
I can show you bins of fruit that we picked this morning, and I look at it and I go, whoa, they're good. They're fresh. They're sweet. They're ready to eat.
You're happy to pay an extra few dollars for something that's 100 times better. Yeah.
White flesh nectarines and peaches, the Z-sweet varieties, in my opinion, are horrible when they're soft. But get them at the right stage or just before it and they're sweet. This one would have a sugar content of about 11 or 12% bricks, whereas a white flesh would be 14-15%. And a lot of them now are sub-acid, so you don't get that. It's all basically sugar. My preference is I like the blend of sugar and acid. That's the nectarine taste. And the peach taste. I've got a variety of nectarines here called Rose Diamonds, and when we get onto those, I'll purposely come down in the afternoon and pick one to eat it. I'll just walk the row, find one that's just that right stage, and that's normally when my workers have missed it this morning.
Every second day we try to find the best produce, like, you know, we try to go to the market, trying to find the best one, the freshest one, and then we bring it to our shelves. We don't buy a lot, we just buy enough for us to, you know, to give to the people, you know, to what they want. The next day we'll go again, you know, it's like 2 or 3 boxes a day. Market next day, get the fresh stuff, and stock up for the weekend, you know.
Well, last night we had a warm kale salad, which was basically onions, garlic and olive oil. Then what's in season? So we have red capsicums happening at the moment, asparagus, beans, broad beans, and you pan fry that. You warm it up. You don't want to cook it, you're warming it all up. I've blanched my kale, and when I blanch kale, it goes straight into the boiling water like so. So it's literally standing in the boiling water. And what that does is my stems will start to cook first. As they soften, the leaves will then go under the water. I give it a stir and it's taken off the heat. It's put into a colander under cold water, and I stop the cooking process. So then what you do is you just gently squeeze the kale, chop it up and add it into your pan with all your other vegetables there. Serve it with some feta cheese, lemon zest and a good squeeze of lemon juice, and there's your vegetables for the evening.
Oh, because they come here because they know it's fresh, you know, or it's fresh, it's going to come, you know. If they're going to go to Woolies or Coles, they're going to say, they know it's been picked 6 weeks ago and they leave it in cold storage in the fridge. They actually know that, but the only thing the difference is it's convenience there to come out here, you know. But if they got like a dinner party or going to impress someone, they'll definitely come here knowing the produce is heaps better.
If you want to buy a week's worth of fruit, put 5 days worth in your fridge, and put 1 or 2 days in your fruit bowl, and then they will start to turn. They will start to go. They'll lose their crispness, and they'll go to a little bit of give, and that's when you eat fruit.
Yeah, if they ask for something special request, I'll definitely get it for them, you know. I'll go out of my way to help them out, and if it's around, I'll get it for them. But if it's not coming out of Australia, I'll try to stay away from it and tell them straight out it's, you know, it's not Australian, I won't get it. Just for the respect that of, you know, Australian growers.
The greatest thing about this farm is our proximity to Sydney. We're only about an hour and a quarter from Flemington markets, or if we want to go into town, it doesn't take us long. The added advantage for me is we have less transport costs. We can actually pick it and pack it, and because we're only travelling an hour and a quarter, we can take it in that day. So we know that it's really, really fresh.
Doing tough, yeah. They're doing very tough at the moment, you know. Everyone's struggling, the market's quiet. You know, everyone's saying the same thing, it's so quiet because everyone's getting cutthroat, there's a lot of cutthroat out there at the moment.
This is a block of Z-Fire nectarines. This is the first one that I picked, so I go through from variety to variety. My ground crew has come through yesterday and taken off any of the largest and the most mature. I have people going through doing the tops now on a platform. So the only place that we're going to find something that I think that's ready to eat is up where my ground crew couldn't reach. Now that's a nectarine, Z-Fire nectarine, that is about 4 days off going soft. I pick it today, I'll pack it this afternoon or tomorrow morning, and then it'll be in the supermarket and in the shops the next day.